Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Wheelspin Racing League, and we are live for our Monaco Grand Prix, where we will be doing full qualifying 50% race. Hello Kai, already with us. Good luck tonight, buddy. It's going to be I'll tell you, obviously it's going to be a difficult one. Just looking down the list, we got some new names tonight. We seem to have some new names every week, actually, to be fair, but we got some new ones tonight. Potentially some very quick ones, but maybe Monaco can nullify that a little bit. Quite often the point scorers here in Monaco are the ones that last, basically. Not necessarily without retiring. There should be lots of drivers that don't retire, but there should be, generally if you avoid damage around here and you can get through the whole race without getting damaged, then you're normally on for a good finish for you, whatever that might be, whether it's winning the race or for other drivers, a good finish would be something like P10, so hopefully for those drivers they can have good races as well. Yeah, I'm with you, Kai. I'm a pad man as well, but I did it recently without picking up any damage, and I got rewarded with a P4 for me. But believe me, that was good for Monaco, so I was well over the moon. Well, I was just over the moon to get home without getting damaged at any point, to be honest. We also did the race with no ghosting as well, and incredibly, there were no issues. Absolutely none at all. Not one issue with another driver hitting another one because they weren't ghosted or anything like that. And I think before the race everybody was assuming it was going to be carnage. It just wasn't. And the last two races I've done here, one was commentary, one was racing, and they have both been absolutely awesome. Really, really good races. So let's hope, fingers crossed, we get the same today. So it's always difficult. As I said, we always seem to have new drivers each week in WRL, and that can make things difficult because you don't get the chance. Quite often, drivers do need a little bit of a chance to get to know each other a little bit, and can make it difficult. But let's, with the fact that who the new drivers are, you've got one's just joined actually, RP1 Yan. I know he should be a good driver, and can't remember what the other guy's name was, but they're exceptionally quick, which is just so they could drive well together as well. Yeah, indeed. I mean, I'm saying yeah, indeed. I've never watched an episode of Drive to Survive, so I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I'll just say yes. Yes, it is. So, what time is it now? 55. This is why in some of my other leagues I've started doing pre-qualifying interviews, with a driver. So you're not sat around for 10 minutes doing nothing. Wondering what on earth should I say now. Um, do my best to keep what I talk about to the racing and all that, but it does get difficult. It's easy for them on telly. It's easy for them because it's all scripted for them. They don't just make it up on the spot. Not normally. They do a bit of ad lib. Of course they do. But it's live. You've got to do a bit of ad lib. But it's generally just all scripted. When I got my coffee, I got myself. I'm laid on my sofa, about to watch a race, and just chat about it. So, life's good. There's more out there, Kai. It's not just you that's on the stream. There are others out there. Say hi, guys. So I know you are. You're awesome. Can I see who you are anyway? Oh, I can. I didn't know that. I didn't know I could press the amount of people watching to be able to find out who's actually watching. So I can see Matthew's out there. Hello, Matthew. Baz is out there. Hello, Baz. Um, Tyrannical Teapot. Well, you're one of the new drivers, aren't you? So thank you very much. Shall I call you Tyrannical or Teapot? I guess Teapot. Lilituff, thank you very much for joining. Lurks. Kai, of course. Commander Root. Glitch, as always, of course. And 01 Ella. It could be that some of you guys use different names on your Twitch to what you use on Discord or Xbox, of course, so, or whatever platform you're on. So, for all I know, you might be drivers and I might not know about it, but there you go. Absolutely, Bing chilling. I'm not cool enough to say stuff like that. Teapot. Okay, you're Golden Tornado. I was wondering who that was. So you're in the Alfa Romeo. So good luck tonight. I agree, Glitch. And all those that don't should be punished. Don't actually listen to me while you're driving, do you, Kai? That's I wouldn't be able to do that. That'd put me right off. Totally. I race in the cockpit cam, buddy. Love it. That is. Everybody keeps saying to me, you'd be quicker if you raced in the other camera. I don't care. I want to race in my cockpit cam. Leave me alone. I'm quite happy being the pace I am. I don't really care about being any quicker. I'm just quite happy doing what I do. I get me fair share of podiums and I get the odd race win in here and there. I do alright. Yeah. Totally kite. Right, so we're getting there. 1 minute 2. How many we got? 19. There should be a full grid, so we should have full 20. Not sure we were missing. The Growl's in. Oh, Irwin's in. That was the other new driver, Irwin. Him and Jan had exceptionally quick TT times at Austria. But that don't mean nothing at Monaco. So, see how we do for pole tonight. Usually, pole at Monaco is in the 110s somewhere. I haven't had a 109 in on this version of the game in qualifying yet. Let's see if we can get that tonight. I know there's drivers out there capable of it, but it's a tall to order in an actual qualifying session. There'll be plenty of these guys that have probably got 109s in time trial, but doing it in a qualifying is a different kettle of fish altogether. Didn't accept Brazil last night. That's yeah. So we're going into Brazil last night for the Cup competition that Bob Dylan's run for us in WRL, and I drove in that as it was a Saturday night, and so we're going into the last race, and basically there's Glitch, myself, and Delta that were still in with a shot of winning the title. So, you know, I'm getting on a bit, guys. You know, I'm getting on a bit, and a safety car came out. I nipped into the pits, put a new set of tyres on, and thought, well, you know, safety car's come out. I'm getting on a bit. I kind of need to nip off to the loo, like, you know. And as I stood up to get up, I put the game on pause, and as I stood up, I accidentally hit the button and unpaused it, and the car went straight into the wall and retired me. That was championship over. I don't know if anyone can help. Irwin has just left the session, and RP1 Ilton has joined instead. Lovely. Yeah, that's generally true what happened to me last night. And just to help, you know, it was caught on. Somebody else clipped it. So, Gary, I think it was, wasn't it? That was just behind me in the pits, clipped it. Just to, you know, I wasn't allowed to get away with it quietly with nobody noticing. It's, you know, I didn't get annoyed about it or anything because I actually found it so funny. I didn't. Anyway, we're heading into qualifying. Then qualifying one. Honest truth is, I'm going to take a guess at what I think they'll need to do in Q1 to get through, and I'm going to say a 111.8 will see you through Q1. I could be so wrong on that. It's complete stab in the dark. Truth is, it depends how many drivers get a decent lap in. Back where I belong. How dare you? How dare you, Kai? But you're right, yeah, back in the comms box. Never to touch the track again in WRL. As Irwin is back with us as well, so that's good news. And well, that other person that joined didn't take a car, or hasn't as of yet, in a way. We are supposed to have a full grid, as I said, so... But I must admit, the name of the other person that joined, I can't remember what it was, but I didn't recognise it, so as being somebody in the server. So, anyway, I think 19 drivers is quite enough as we get somebody else join as well. I don't know who that is. 19 drivers quite enough for Monaco, I think. There's that one that I was talking about, RP1 Elton. I mean, at least he got the same prefix as Jan and Matex. Oops. Skull. First out on track. First to damage their front wing. In fact, first to lose the front wing, indeed. So, let's go to the next driver, who is a Haas. Well, the car's a Haas. The driver's not a Haas. The car's a Haas. The driver's an ass. But there we go. No, I don't mean that. Mr. Haas driver, please don't leave the league or anything just because I called him Haas on stream. I'm joking. So, here we go then. Let's get to the proper camera, shall we? Oh! That's our first retirement of the session. This is not a good sign, people. We're not even getting through the 8 laps without retirements. Right, who's that? Right, so we're now on with Maxwell Van Beest for the first lap of the session. There are cars coming out the pit lane. It's a bit dodgy. Right, looks like we're okay. It's we will do a hilly hot lap at some point. We'll try and hopefully do it with a driver that's maybe not listening to the stream. I don't want to be putting people off. Okay, Glitch. No worries. Pops comes first, mate. As does mine. Don't worry about that. Anyway, very nicely done so far from Maxwell. Showed to be a good driver since he's joined the league, in my opinion. Generally fought close to the front. Certainly nicely inside the top 10. That's where he's been fighting, and he's had some good battles with people, and that's oh, that tyre is going to annoy people. That's going to put people off. I would imagine. It put me off. The tyre in the middle of the road. Maxwell then heads to the line. He gets the first proper time on the board, and it's a 1:12.5 to get started. Oh my goodness me, how do I say that? Stitock. He's gone across the chicane in a way, so don't worry. That guy, 1:14.3. Who else we got? There's a Red Bull on its way. 2 Red Bulls on their way, I think. No. I have absolutely no idea then. Who was it? Oh, it's Baz. There you go. I think I was on him then. 1:13.9 goes into P2 at the moment. These times will begin to come down, guys. It's everybody takes a little bit just to to get used to Monaco, don't they? When you first get on track, you've got to take it in your stride a little bit. Comes on Tornado then, 111.7. So we're not expecting to see the absolute best laps of people in Q1 in a way. So I said 111 and 8 will see them safe. So I think Tornado will be safe on that. It's probably actually for Q1, the safe time will probably be a lot higher than a 111.8, but I was being a bit cautious with what I was saying. I don't want drivers retiring because I said it was going to be okay and then blaming me later on. So I think Maxwell's 12.5 will be closer to the cut-off for Q1, to be honest. Nice little stint through there from into place. On Crab leaves the session. Hopefully he'll be back for the race. Oh, just had a little clip on the wall there, scraped it just a little bit. 112.3 puts Winter Place into P3. Kai had gone fastest on a 111.5. Irwin, that is absolutely ridiculous. 110.1 in Q1. Oh, goodness me. Skullface then, just starting off a lap. Actually lost his wing on his out lap right at the start, so let's see how he gets on here. We've got some yellow flags. He doesn't need to worry about them, they're much further around the track. But I think it is Baz, well it is Baz that we've lost. And it appears to be right on the chicane. And who that was, it's just overtaken. So, take your time, Skullface, don't end up out because of that. It appears that was Jan. He was on an out lap and overtaking a car that was trying to do a hot lap, but I guess he's catching him, he doesn't realise that maybe. So stick. I'm gonna have trouble with this. I'm just gonna have to pick a way of saying it and stick with it, aren't I? Stitox, I'm gonna call him. If that's wrong, I apologise. I'm not surprised, Kai. It's right, stuck right in the middle of the road. Did you come around the blind corner? So I guess once you know it's there, you know it's there. It's should be all right. There it is. Here we come then. What can Stitox manage on the first run? A very good 111.3. It's in P2. Checo doing well at the moment in P10 as well. So Jan on their first lap. So Jan and Irwin were the two that joined earlier on that had the really ridiculous fast times at Austria. Let's see how close they are on these first runs here at Monaco. So, a bit of a gap, 111.7 for Jan, that puts him in P5, but as I said before, it doesn't matter, it's Q1, it just got to get, all that matters at this point is they get through. So Matex, women in validation, so yet to get a time on the board. So we've got Matex, Raptor and Glitch yet to get times on the board, but Glitch has of course put in chat that he may not be able to get a time down. It's a difficult one around Monaco because usually with tracks like this, so something like Baku, I would say that if you're not guaranteed to be in the top 5 or 6, that there's a genuine strategy to just deciding to start from the back instead. But of course, with Monaco, it's so hard to get past another car fairly that kind of negates that strategy. I have used it before and it has worked for me, but it's only because other cars have incidents and that. It's you know, it's not because I'm making my way through the field as such. It's just because other cars have incidents and it gets me up the field. But yeah, so but it's, yeah, of course, it's a lot more risky a strategy to do here at Monaco than, as I say, somewhere like Baku or Singapore or any track really where the turn 1 is a nightmare, or the first sector is a nightmare. So Monza might be another one you might consider employing it, doing that, because turn 1 there is just a lottery. So I honestly thought he was on the lap then. He's coming to the pits. So Matex getting on now. Just coming into the 3rd sector now. Not raining, are we? Why has he got intermediates on? Yeah, to 1:15.2. I've really tried to be. I really try not to be negative, but I'll just be honest with you. If in my league, if a driver goes out on what is clearly it's a completely bone dry circuit on intermediate tyres, they will serve a qualifying ban in the next race immediately, no questions, just done. And in my opinion, that's what Matex should get for doing that. Anybody wondering why? It's because it is against the rules. It is against the rules of Formula 1 to do that. So there you go. Each of their own, I guess. It depends how you want to run your league, I guess. But yeah, if I was a head steward, that'd be being put in a ticket and put forward. Sorry, Matex, for saying that. I love you, man, but that is just being honest. So the invalidation yet to get a time on the board. The truth is, though, if Matex doesn't go in and get a set of softs on, he's going to be in trouble. You may think he's safe because he's in P13. There isn't enough retired cars yet to keep him through. It may depend on whether Glitch does get back in time to do a lap or not. If he doesn't, then he'll probably be safe, Matex. But well, he'd definitely be safe if he doesn't. But Bob's back out. I'm sure he can improve from what he's done. We know Raptor can do well, and if Glitch gets out on track, no doubt he'll go quicker than that. So anybody further up's really worrying about coming out. Yeah. Again, obviously it is a track where you could, through a very easy mistake, could find yourself in a wall and out of qualifying by coming out and doing extra laps, and so there's no real reason why anybody would do that if they don't feel they need to. So my suggestion of a cut-off time is completely out the window. It's way higher at the moment. So Raptor's put a time on the board, but it's just a 16.9. Of course, Baz is one of the retirements, but he's got a time on the board, so he will stay in P15 unless everybody underneath goes faster than him. So, from that point of view, Matex is not safe if Glitch doesn't get a time on the board. Because if Bob and Raptor go quicker, he will drop to 16th. So it's about these two guys at the moment, really. Plenty of time still to come back out. And see that Matex has put a set of softs on the car. Set used earlier on in the session. Well done for not catching the wall with your rear tyre there, Bob. That could have... Car did well to get out of the way, to be fair. He was well out of the way, but Bob could easily have found the wall with his rear tyre. But Bob does go up to P12. Matex is out on track. Right here at the moment, Raps us back into the pits. He's got enough time to come out still. Yeah, I don't blame you, Kai. There's no point if you've done a lap that you know is good enough. This is not the track to just go out to do a bit of practice run or anything, because, as I say, you've only got to hit a curve slightly wrong and it'll chuck you into a barrier and you played your last part, so it's just not worth it. I have utmost confidence that you wouldn't do that, of course, Kai, but, you know. So no improvement coming here. Fortunately, I think we have reached a point where Glitch isn't going to get out in time, so unlucky Glitch. It's a shame. Matex comes across the line to start his final attempt. Oh, yeah. Well, he's in trouble. Just wondering if we can get round in time. It's got 50 seconds. It's a very, very short lap. Let's keep an eye on that. So obviously Raptor here will be one we got our eyes on now. Would like to see if Matex gets across. I think he will, you know. He's 15 seconds. He's coming through sector 3. It's gonna be so touch and go. It really is. No, he's into the pits. Matex is in the pits. It's all about Raptor. Doesn't even need to put a special lap in at all here. It's purely survive without invalidation. That's all he's got to do, you feel, to beat the 15-2. So close to an invalidation there, but he survived it. That's nice through there. And I will eat my hat if this isn't good enough to get through. So, here he comes. Oh, it's not. It's not good enough. Oh, I've got to eat my hat then. I ain't got a hat. I guess I've got to buy a hat just so I can eat it. Well, Raptor is out. And Matex can count his lucky stars that he is still involved in qualifying, because I'm shocked. I am really, really shocked at that. Raptor are usually one of the fastest on the grid, and apart from the chicane coming out of the tunnel where he had a bit of a moment, very, very nearly invalidated. I don't see too much wrong with the lap, visibly. I wonder if he's put a wrong setup on or something like that. Let's quickly scroll through the warnings and all such. But there we have it. In a way. Well, in terms of stories of Q1, I think obviously Matex getting through by the skin of his teeth. Very, very lucky. Oh, he had no front wing, but I didn't know. I didn't even notice. How could I not notice a front wing missing? My apologies. Thanks for that, Baz. That explains that. Well, Matex, you were a very, very lucky boy indeed. Although, as I said, if it was up to me, I'd give you a qualifying ban for next week for that. But hey ho. Other than that, the other story I think would have to be Irwin. A 110.1 in Q1 is quite frankly scary at best. So fair play to him. Right, so it looks like a Ferrari is out first. Is that Irwin? Yes, it is. So we'll go with him and see just how he does this, I guess. Perhaps I could do the hilly hot lap with him. Although I'll probably be wrong on everything because he's so much faster than... He's already done a lap 4 attempts quicker than my TT time trial around here, so... I'm clearly doing somewhat wrong. So, well, I would have done a hilly hot lap, but I was chatting on, or I was typing on Discord, so I've missed it. But let's stick with him and watch the rest of the lap. Very nicely taken through the chicane. That's how I try and hit it every time, but mess it up. There, perfectly went over the curb a bit in the middle of the car. Perfect through there. You can see where the pace comes from. He's doing everything that I try and do in time trial it, but can't. You see what I mean? And it's a oh goodness me, 1096. Grow up. To Ilton, I think, when he joined late there and filled the grid, has managed to 110.6. 111.0 from the Growl, Matex 111.9, Kai 112.8, Winter Place 112.2 has just gone into P5, then Kai 112.8, Ghost Rider 112.8 as well. Maxwell heading for the line but is invalidated. But that guy's invalidated. The bog disappeared too then. I think he crossed the line just as I was going to move on to him. He's in P9, so 1:13.2 from Bob. And guy showing me invalidation is Maxwell giving it another go. Yep, he's the furthest round by the looks of it. Nicely done through there from Maxwell for the chicane. So we head into the final sector. It's the problem with Monaco, isn't it? Out the way. He was out the way by it being on the right hand side, but look at this, it's the traffic. Oh. Well, that was Golden Tornado. That man behind you was on a hot lap. Tornado. Yeah, wanted to be let past. So that's all on 13.9. Jan is retired. I didn't see, but I assume that's in the pits on a 110.3. That guy and see what sort of run he could put up. It's a difficult one there between Golden Tornado and Maxwell, because Maxwell's obviously coming round looking to complete a hot lap. But presumably Golden Tornado's just coming up to the final corner ready to start a hot lap and wants to get a good start to the lap, if you see what I mean. So it's an invalidation from that guy. Thanks. It's Papa Wallace out there. Wallace says, well, he's not tired. It's yeah, he does a lot though, Wallace. If you're out there now. Yeah, sorry, Glitch. You just ran out of time, and you'd have flown through as well. The cutoff was 1:15.2, and it was Matex. So you almost certainly would have knocked out Matex, I think. He's on a lap at the moment, 3 temps up. Tyrannical Teapot. I assume it will be. I think that's it, isn't it? You only choose one session start time, and so I can only assume they've chosen night and not realistic. It does feel easier around here at night than it does usual realistic time. It's yeah, I would assume so in a way. Matex was the driver at risk, Glitch, because he did his lap on intermediate tyres. I've already had my little rant. I'm not going to keep going into it. I've had my little rant saying that it's wrong to do that. Yeah. I know well. I know. Makes you want to give up, doesn't it? To be quite honest. 9.6 in Q2, mine. We're not even in Q3 yet. If he does the 108, I don't know what. I'll do something. If he does a 108, I'll do something. I'll have to think of something. Right, if he does a one, if Irwin does a 108 in Q3, I will do a shoey and film it. Golden Tornado. Propose to you, Al? You want me to propose to you? Of course I'll propose to you. I will propose to you, Miss. Alright, you're lovely. What do you, I assume you want me to do that live on stream or something, do you? I'll have to do that. So there's Golden Tornado then, 112.2 again. He just looked like he just got held up a little bit at the end of his lap. Two guys yet to get times on the board. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Checo and that guy. Checo on a lap by the looks of it. That guy. Oh, 3 sets of 3 actually, so we'll go to him. Alright, so it's changed then. Instead of if Irwin does the 108, instead of me doing a shoey, I'll propose to Whale instead. There you go. Just to clarify this, Whale, if you say no, I'm never talking to you again. So. Okay, just does a little tap on the wall there, but I think it was enough to make him decide to back out the lap by the looks of things as the yellow flags come out for something ahead. And, oh. Whoever that was ahead tried to get out the way of Checo, but got in the way of Checo driving into the pits. Oh, it's fun round there, isn't it? Oh, hit on the wall straight away from Matex to start this lap, and he backs out. So the cut off at the moment in P10 is winter place in a 112.2. Yeah. Situation at the moment, funny enough, that the races I've seen recently around here, the fastest times here are eclipsing the fastest times I've seen recently around here. But the guys that are in sort of, well, around here actually, so P9, P10, P11, blah blah blah, are actually a bit slower than what I've seen recently in those positions. So it's one thing to remember about Monaco. It may be an extremely difficult track, but it is one of the shortest laps of the season. So you do tend to have close lap times around here, normally, when somebody isn't sticking a 109 on the board. Hey Matthew, no, we want a shoey. Just asked me to propose to you and now you want a shoey. Make your mind up. Alright, so a shoey. So we're back to a shoey then. So that's if Irwin hits a 108 in Q3. I don't have any... Do I sound like someone that has work boots? Far too educated for that glitch. I've only ever worked in an office until I became a home carer. Actually, I did do a bit of roofing once when times were hard, and a bit of skimming. But, that was in a different age. That was over 20 years ago for both. That's useful, Matthew. Yeah, I'll come and grab them. I don't have wellies. I don't live in a flood. I have trainers. I will do it out of a trainer because that is the only footwear I have, other than flip-flops, which would be pretty useless for a shoey. It would be out of a trainer. So, go through the final sector, Ghost Rider. Can improve at the moment, sat on a 112.6 for his PB. Does improve by just about a tenth, almost. F17, you can disappear, please. You've been banned from the league, so just go away. Thankfully, there are 20 drivers on the grid, so he can't join the grid in a way. Tornado clearly not at full pelt there, so I think that's it then for Q2. It looks like the cutoff will remain with Winter Place on a 112.2. Which means we're going to lose Ghost Rider, Checo, Bob Dylan and that guy at the end of Q2. Going through to Q3, Winter Place, Golden Tornado, Matex, Kai, Maxwell, Negral, still struggling to say that, Stitox, Ilton, Jan and Erwin. Top 4 all new drivers that have joined. Negral's pretty new, to be fair, so is Van Beast actually. Top 6 are, well, top 4 is very new drivers, the next 2 are pretty new. As F1 Semi leaves the session, goodbye, good riddance. We don't want anything to do with you. Disappear. I7. Kai's an old hand at WRL, that's why he's got the prefix of WRL. Yeah, you're right, Tyrannical Teapot. I think actually that's probably why it's better to have a full quali session around there than a short. On short, you got 18 minutes with everybody out on track. Look at this though. You can see that Kai, you've used all 4 sets of the sauce you've had so far. Sorry, I shouldn't be giving this information out. They should have to look this up themselves, shouldn't they? Sorry, I'm giving your secrets away, man. There's any instance that we may want. Not spotted any grid penalties at the moment, so I think everybody's okay in that sense. Yeah, you'll get a set mind for this this final one, and you're 98% certain, I would say, that you won't have a safety car around here. So next to no chance around here of a safety car, so you should be okay in that sense. So it'd just be your medium and high, or high and medium. Sorry, you should sleep. Sorry. Right, let's see if I got to do this shoey then. I've just got this slight worry in the back of my mind that this guy's just done a 109.6 in Q2 and he's still holding back. Goodness me. Oh, I'm gonna cry. You know how hard I had to work and how hard I had to try to do my 110.5 in TT around here? How much frustration I went through on this track to do that. And this guy comes into a qualifying session and lays a 109.6 down in qualifying 2. I think this track when you're doing TT, especially actually around there, is there another track that's as infuriating as this one on TT? For me, when you get to particularly when you get to you actually make it into sector 3 up on your PB, and then you clatter a wall or invalidate it or whatever. Lob your powder at the wall or whatever you use. Anyway, Sitox is going to be first. Look, Kai went back into the pits there, so I don't know, he might have taken a clatter on the front lane at some point. I think he went back into the pits anyway. Right, sorry, let's get back on the main camera. Oh yeah, you did, okay. 10th place, here I come, I crashed and used tyres. You've got a set of new tyres, you're still in it. Get the extra set for Q3, so I know you've got a set of new tyres. Don't try and fool us, Kai. There's no point in holding them back, mate, because you don't. The extra set that you get at the end of a full qualifying session for Q3, you can't take those into a race. You may as well use them. Where was Sitox then? Right, so let's go to Tornado. I still haven't done a hilly hot lap. I'm chatting to you guys on the stream and I'm forgetting to do it. Tornado heads to the line. This looks like a much improved lap from him. Yeah, 1:11.2. Much improved on his Q2 time. Very nicely done. Can we find an invalidated driver? It's likely to do another lap. Looks like the Growl. So Irwin crosses on a 109.4. I'm safe for the moment. Matex 111.5, 118.8 from Winter Place, 111.7 from Maxwell. And here we go then. The crowd taking a nice line onto a hot lap. As much speed down the main straight with the RS open. Gear down to third or fourth for turn 1. Look to get the best exit you can and take the speed all the way up the hill. Fly into this left-hander. Kind of don't brake until you actually part the way into it. Close to the wall as you can on the inside. And then round the first of these really tight corners. In the lower gears if you're so inclined to use them. Some people don't in this on F122. Some people still won't go lower than sort of third. And pretty much every corner around here in Monaco is keep it as close to the wall as you can, but don't actually touch it. Come up to the chicane, brake, touch the curb on the right hand side. Very nice line from the Growl through the chicane. Keep it over to the right so you can sweep in on this one, otherwise you'll find yourself going wide and into the barrier. Let's hit loads of curb over this chicane, and he took the perfect amount pretty much there, but he still took a hit on the wall on the right hand side. Nice and tight round, through the final corner. Again, it's about your exit speed. Pick up DRS across the line, 110.6 from the Growl, puts him in P3 for the moment. Stitox went into P2 on a 110.4. Winter Place has done a 111.7 and is P6. On now with Jan then. So on this hot lap. Under the bridge. Ooh, just a bit wide. He's still going to finish the lap. at least still get the time on the board, so he's got something to aim for. So it's almost a whole lap he's got competitive to aim at. It still does a 1:10.6. Can you believe that? Oh, goodness me. Despite hitting the wall, still comes across on a 1:10.6. Right, we've got somebody on pit exit. This is Matex. Glitch, that would be a wonderful silver lining if there wasn't pretty much a 0%. Well, we've got like a 2% chance of a safety car around here, mate. It won't. I can almost tell you that it will not happen. I have seen a safety car around here, so I know it can. It's just extremely unlikely. But yeah, Kai is right. You can avoid. You can kind of deliberately stay out of the way on lap 1. Well, again, with how short the lap is, it might not just be lap 1, it might be lap 1, 2, 3, something like that, but you can kind of just look to avoid and pick up places from mistakes to start with. As you know, it's nigh on impossible to actually pass around here in a safe manner. Every time if you do attempt to move, you are putting yourself and the other driver at risk every single time. So, you know, it's not ideal for Matex. The driver has just come out of the pitch just ahead of him. Hopefully, that driver notices. Gets to the right hand. All they got to do is pull to the right here. Ooh, he did. They did. I didn't think they were going to notice in time then. So I think it was Maxwell, and he did notice, so well done. It might have been Winter Place, actually. I'm not sure. I get confused with the colours sometimes. That's right, Glitch. Chances low, but not zero. You got to put a good show for me. Look. I just want to see you come through the race. You know what it's like around here. Keep yourself damage-free throughout, mate. You'll probably end up easily top 10 and probably quite well into the top 10. Okay, here he comes then to complete the lap. It does look like an improvement, and it is into the 110s, 110.9. Goes into P5 there, Matex. Who have we got on their way? Is an Alfa Romeo, Stitox to the win. Oh yeah, I mean he spun. I didn't mean to that sound like I was saying, oh yes. I wasn't celebrating a spin, I promise. That's it then, Erwin. You just need to drive into the pits now, mate. You've got pole position. You don't need to do any more laps. That's absolutely fine. Well done to you. So, Stitox slightly up through sector 1. And he's really much looking to defend his P2 now. So, his teammate's actually the man in P3. Oh, Golden Tornado, I hadn't noticed that. Is suddenly stuck in a 110.4 and gone into P3 as Matex retires out in the pits. WRL is on his way to the line. I don't know if this is a start or finish a lap. Let's have a look. It's to... I'm not sure, actually. I think it was to finish a lap. I think he's gone into P5. Stitox then. Had a little touch on the wall there, but I don't think that really would have cost him time as such. Maybe half a tenth. And it's a... Oh, goodness me. We got another one into the 109s. 109.7 for Stitox then. Goes P2. Consolidates P2. say that Irwin is not on an improvement. He is going to start another lap in time though. Kai across the line, 111.5 on what is effectively his only run. He's done pretty well there to get it into P7. Winter place was improved and he was over half a second up, but has invalidated. Maxwell starts his next run, but let's go to Irwin because that's what everybody wants to know. Can he do a 108? Well, he was showing purple in sector 1 to suggest that he has improved. And it's 1.5 tenths up. Oh, God. Oh, that looked like he had to back off a little bit there, surely. He's going to head for the line. I think he must still be improving. And it's 109.3, half a tenth. Ooh. 109.3 at Monaco. What a superb lap. Well, before today on comms, on this game, F122, I hadn't seen a 109 at Monaco while doing comms. I'd seen low 110s, but I've not seen a 109 before today, so very good. Unlucky, Whale. Unlucky. You've got to do a shoey now and film it. That was the deal, wasn't it? I think. Yeah, sure it was. Right, guys, there is our top 10. So we got Irwin from pole, Stitots in P2, Tornado P3, Jan P4, and the Growl in 5, Maytech 6, Maxwell Van Beest in 7, Kai in 8, Winter Place 9, and Ilton, or Litton, I'm not exactly sure how to say that, in P10. Didn't get a time on the board in Q3. We saw the tyres there. I meant to get to the instance but missed it, so never mind. Anyway, I don't know if they're going straight out. Hopefully they're taking a little break. They have just done a full quali, so just in case it don't take too long, I'm going to quickly nip on a break, refill my coffee, and I'll be back shortly. See you in a moment. Right, okay, looks like I've just got back inside the front. I've been kicked. Bob's invited me back, so let's get in there, hopefully. Oh, it looks like we've got a restart. Okay, I hadn't realised that. Okay, I've missed something. Let me go into Discord a second. I've obviously missed something. Right. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the restart's for. I've looked through the Discord, but can't really see. Um, oh, are you in yet, Kai? I've just seen your message. No, I can't. No, apparently you haven't added me as a friend, so no. Sure, you can join off someone. You must have plenty of people. No. No, I can't invite you, Kai. You need to get in however you normally get in. Day and night. Right. Well, we're going through a restart. Kai, you in yet? Come on. I mean, guys, if you're not in, get in quick, please, because the longer you take to get in, the longer it takes for us to get underway, because Bob can't do the grid until you're in. And if it goes on too long, I'll have to cut the stream short, because I've got another stream after this, and I don't want to be doing that, so please get in. Monaco does take a while. Oh, Joe. Yeah, but looks of it in the chat, I think some people are having a few problems joining, actually, by the looks of it, but still. can hear that in the background. Sorry, that's my dad strangling the cat. I'm not sure who's missing, but we're just gonna have to get going in a minute. Kai's still not in. Kai, I can't invite you. How do you normally get in? Glitch is in. Oh yeah, so you are. Right. Yeah, sick, mate. Well, at least you're in now, mate. Got 18-0-2 away from what we had, but I think that was. Well, I don't actually know why we restarted. I don't know. Um, I can only assume that somebody was in the lobby that shouldn't have been, but I don't know who. Yeah, I do apologise for any strange noises you can hear in the background. Says my dad. Um, oh right, okay. Olsen was in Beacon Local seat, so okay, thank you. Okay, looks like we're readying up, which is good news. So this is going to be tight for me as to whether I can fit the stream in or not. Well, the whole thing. We're going to get through the vast majority of it, and by which time we'll probably know who the winner's going to be anyway. But it's going to be, as I said, it's going to be tight. But hopefully we should be all right. It's 6 minutes past. You just need a couple of minutes. Get up on the screen. Get this. Don't forget your setups, guys. Do it quick as soon as it comes up because you know what it's like in this league. Somebody will hit the button almost immediately. So just get it done. Don't hang a bat. Oh, the anticipation. Just got a couple of people's left spinning at the moment. Jekyll and Maxwell. Ah, yeah, so Piccoloco is there now. I can see his name. See from the top. That's Maxwell. Stop spinning. Now's Checo. And the timer has appeared. So hopefully we'll get on with it soon. It's going to be one of those. If we do get to the end, it's going to be a case of literally quickly wrap up and get straight over to the other stream, guys. So just be aware of that. Anybody that might be watching from HRF1, just if somebody could perhaps just make it known, it was going to be really tight for me of getting into the stream in time, into the lobby in time. So just so they're aware. Don't know if they could maybe just postpone 5 minutes. It is only a short quali, 50% race, isn't it? So that's the first time I've ever noticed that on the loading screen. On the maybe it's because it's Monaco, but the no smoking sign there at the start of the pit lane. Never noticed that before. Yeah. Hello, James. Thank you for joining. And we go then for the formation lap. Let's have a quick look then. I would imagine the guys at the front will be on the hards and further back on the mediums. But let's have a look. So, ooh, not exactly like that. Irwin's on the mediums. I'm actually really surprised to see that only Stitox is on the hards at the front. Then you go down to Raptor and Skullface, and the other two on the hards. Then 3 drivers on softs. Now, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can do a soft to hard around here, but they might two stop. We'll see. It's not a particularly long stop around Monaco. It is one of the shorter ones, so the reason you don't generally see 2 stops is because of how difficult it is to get past people. So that's generally why everybody 1 stops. But they do, starting on the softs, they have the option open to them. They can still 1 stop by going to hard tyres. So just be aware. There's 2 things around here to be aware of. It is high tyre wear around Monaco. It is a real drain on the tyres. But the other thing is it really burns fuel around here. It's massively burning on fuel. So to give you an idea, last Saturday it was Monaco League in Arc last week, and Monaco Week in Arc last week, and I started my Monaco race on a Saturday on plus 2.5 laps of fuel. And I ran out of fuel on the final lap on 0.63 over, so minus 0.63. I had to do 2/3 of the lap with no fuel. Just to give you an idea of how much it burns around here. So in a way, it's going to be interesting. For me, Stitot's on the correct strategy. It's just whether he can stick with Irwin. It's I think, yeah, stick to the on board with Jan here as all the lights are on. Out they go. And really good start from Jan. He makes up a place at the start. Still very close. McGraw is looking to get past Tornado as well, and does. Really nice start there. Do have a yellow flag down out of turn 1. It appears to be Skullface, one of the hard starters. And there is some changes, glitches up a little bit. Raptor just got ahead of him actually. Just there. Oh, is that glitch without a front wing? I think it is. He's lost his wing. So he did get up the field a little bit, but he'd lost his wing, unfortunately, doing so. It's going to be so hard for Stitox to stick with Irwin through this well, it's going to be hard to stick with him regardless, but you know what I mean, through this early part where he's got the mediums on. And they've got the clear advantage, and he's got a clear road in front of him. It's going to be extremely difficult. But if he can, then for me, if he can, it's advantage Stitox, but as I say, it's going to be hard. If anything, he's going to come under attack, I would have thought, from Jan and the Grau. It's off with the fastest lap. So maybe Irwin's idea of starting on the mediums was more a case of trying to get off the line well and hopefully get away from the field, but the only problem with the mediums is, of course, you do need to stop a little bit sooner, and so you can end up in traffic further down, and that is the main problem with starting mediums. That is why, actually, in previous races around here, or recent races around here, pretty much the whole of the top 10 have started on hards in the races I've seen or done. So, yes, actually, for me personally, it's interesting because we've got something a bit different in strategy-wise on this one. So let's just have a quick look at the position changes. So, see, we saw the start from Jan and the Grau, that's gained them a position each, and Tornado down 2. Winter Place has gained 1, Checo's gained 1, Kai's down 1, Ghost Rider down 1. Best starter then, Piccoloco up 4, and unfortunately for Baz, he's down 4. But Baz and Glitch have both needed to stop on lap 1. I'll just check the tyres they've gone to. Glitch went to hards, Baz to mediums, so Baz will definitely be in again. Almost certain that Glitch will be in again, but it will depend a little bit. If when we get round, it's a long way away yet, but when we do get round to pit stops, if Glitch finds himself suddenly getting into like the top 10 or something, he may decide to try and stick it out on the hards. But it is a lot of laps to do on a single set of tyres, even if they are hard tyres. This is Maxwell on the back of Matex at the moment. Once a place behind us that barely see him, but he's actually not very far away, just over a second. And those soft starters will start to struggle pretty early on. They're really not designed for this track at all. Softs, I think actually something we've all seen in the 22 game is that softs aren't really much use around many of the tracks at all, unless there's a late safety car. Other than that, you barely see them used. There's 1 or 2 tracks you might see a soft to hard strategy, but not many. And so really, the medium's the best race tyre now, but the hard's very close second to them. Going through the tunnel once more. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Doesn't look like that's coming to anything at the moment. So Stitox at the moment is still managing to hold Jan and the Grau off, but in doing that, Irwin is already 5.7 seconds up the road, and we're only on lap 4, but at the end of lap 4. So in 4 laps, he's pulled out 6 seconds. To say, that's not just tyre advantage, that is partially. Oh, we've lost someone. Raptor is out. I'm not sure exactly where is he. Oh, he's quite a way around yet from where we are. He's running sector 3. I'd suggested earlier on in qualifying that we're not likely to see many safety cars. Well, in fact, we're not likely to see any safety cars, let alone many. The car's already been cleared, and on we will continue. And everybody will gain those places back as Kai gets a move on Winter Place. As I said, he's on those soft tyres and looks like he may already be struggling. He's got some damage. What you can often do around here, of course, is nip an end plate off quite easily, but you still carry on because you won't lose anything like. He hasn't done that, by the way. He's still got both end plates there, but it's you know, you may well carry on, because an early stop costs you more than carrying on. What else we got? So battles continue. I think we'll go back to these two. One of the problems with Monaco, the DRS zone on the pit straight. It's the only DRS zone of the track. It doesn't really do anything. There's no... The car ahead positions their car right. There's no real way for you to get past them. So into the pits already. Then Picoloco coming off of the soft tyres, goes on to the hards. Said they won't do long. I perhaps thought they might do a bit more than 5 laps, but that's all Picoloco's done on them. And he is now out of the pits and heading up the hill as Bitch comes around turn 1, closely followed by Baz. So they'll gradually catch Picoloco on this lap. Takes a good full lap, possibly even a bit more to heat the hard tyres up, which is another reason why drivers like to start on hards around here, or like, you know, they have done in recent races. But of course, you'll know that if you can position your car right around here, it's just impossible to get past someone. So a few time penalties creeping in as Bob Dylan comes into the pits. And just little signs that Stitox may be able to start opening a gap now. He's almost got a second to Jan. Just over 8 tenths. But, this running in Stitox dirty air, of course, will not be doing Jan's tyres very good at all. And so maintaining this sort of gap is about right. This wouldn't affect you too much. But for those laps before this, where he was running much closer to the gearbox, that will really hurt your tyres. And Picoloco's in again. And out again. So I think he might be a lap down. Just double check which of the Ferraris he is. Yeah, he is. He's a lap down behind Irwin, but yeah, obviously not ideal. As Kai is in as well for his hard tyres. So very early pit stops going on, but presumably for damage. But can be a tactic around here if you're cool. If we go back a little bit, actually, down the field, even though there are over a second gap between these cars, it's still very close. So you can, as a genuine strategy option, look to pit early. So Winter Place is the one that's bound to do that because he's on soft tyres. So he's bound to be pitting in the next, probably within the next 3 laps. So, and then he will look to see if he gets some sort of undercut advantage on those ahead of him and around him. It's difficult. I think we may as well get back to this. It is our only battle, which is quite honestly on lap 9 of Monaco. It's really surprising not to have any. Well, just as I was about to say, any other cars within a second of the car ahead. Ghost Rider did go within the 1 second. A little clip on the barrier there from Jan. Nothing major. I don't think he's caused any problems for himself. Might be a battle down towards the back that's starting to open up. Obviously this can be a thing with Monaco, we can kind of get stuck. See, there's not any real way of overtaking around here. You can't, not without, as I said earlier on, putting yourself and the other driver's race at risk, and it's not really fair to do that, so you end up in this sort of train scenario, following each other around. There's Ghost Rider just edged back within the 1 second of Checo. So if that does look like it, actually, let's go to Maxwell. He has gotten a lot closer to the car ahead of him, and into the pits, Matex. So I think Matex must have picked up some damage there. Go to Matex. Reaches his pit box. Is there a new front wing waiting for him? There is indeed. Of all the tracks, of course, if you do need a front wing, don't forget to change the option on your MFD. Don't leave it down to the auto option to do it for you. So actually, sorry, let's go back down there. Winter Place was in as well to come off of those soft tyres. He's gone to mediums. I'm really surprised at that. I don't think they'll get into the end. So I think Winter Place is on a 2-stop, because I cannot see those mediums getting into the end. Well, at least not with any real pace, in a way. So I guess he's going to try and use those now to try and get up the field and get closer to the cars ahead, so that when they pit, they've got to drop behind him. But surely you would think that he's going to find himself struggling. It's this man here, Matex, just ahead of us. Not seen Mates. Matex is in the Williams. Winter Place in the Alpine. Gap at the front between the front two, by the way, up to 11.25 seconds now. See what I mean with DRS, can't you? By the time it actually starts taking any real effect of catching the car ahead of you, you're hitting the braking zone for turn 1. So it just doesn't do anything. It may as well get rid of it, quite frankly. It just doesn't do anything at all. So just to look behind us, look, Kai is just behind us as well, having made his pit stop. But Kai is on the hards, and presumably going to look to try and get to the end on those. So he certainly won't mind being close to Matex. He'd rather not be sort of held up. So if he is being. So, continue with our race here at Monaco. We're now on lap 12. We're just reaching the 1/3 distance. So, obviously, the end of lap of the 13 will be the 1/3 distance, and things shaping out pretty well. It's been a decent race so far. No real issues. We've lost one driver in Raptor. There's not been any big incidents though. So, Glitch picks up a speed in the pit lane penalty as he comes in for his second stop of the race. So again, I can only assume that that's for some damage. So Maxwell picks up a penalty. There will be penalties around it. You're going to get some. It's just, well, you do it every track, of course. But yeah, I'd say actually the 5 second speed lane penalty, speeding in the pit lane penalty is probably the easiest track to pick it up at, because it's not really a proper or a normal pit lane entry, and you're kind of turning into it like a corner, and if you use the racing line, it doesn't really come up with a chance to brake. You do need to know this one. I always tend to find it best to just err on the side of caution for it. But truth be told, not often I've been able to say this, but it does look to me at the moment like Matex is holding both cars up behind him. Not often I get said it. I'm not sure I've ever said that before, but does appear to be the case. As we get a sector 3 yellow. And I can't be certain. So, well, no, I think it might have been Piccoloco actually moving out of the way for blue flags. Yeah, I'm not sure it's anything else. Nobody's pitted, so I think that's probably the most likely reason. Back down to this. Yeah, so fortunately for Winter Place, now presuming that he is on a two-stop strategy, we're kind of seeing the exact reason here why people don't tend to two-stop Monaco, you know, unless you're actually forced into it because of damage picked up around the track. But you know, he's just completely stuck. In my opinion, your best opportunity for an overtake around this track is here, down into this right-hander. But again, as I say, any actual attempt just puts you both at risk and ruins both your races if it goes wrong. The other opportunity, I think, is probably here, coming through the tunnel up to the chicane, which you can get alongside, but it's so difficult to get alongside at any point properly. Still eye following as well. Kai looking like he's just keeping a little bit of distance, which is probably sensible. One, if the car ahead of you does have an incident, you've got more time to react to it, but of course the main reason being it just staying out of the dirty air just allows you not to destroy your tyres so fast. Now, at the moment, if Irwin pits from the lead, I think he would come out almost on top of Negral. Oh, we've lost Bob Dylan. We've got another one. It's Lucia. Oh, it's I was going to say a rare overtake, but actually that's a lapped overtake. Skullface being lapped there, I think, by Stitox. Well, it's either Stitox or Golden Tornado anyway. What a shame for Bob though. Oh, Baz has had a moment as well. He's driving into the area, presumably to retire. Not sure why else he'd drive in there. Just drive round to the pits if you're going to retire, Baz. Not sure what else he's doing. He's got himself disqualified from the session instead. I think he probably knew that would happen. That was why he's done that. Rather than driving round. Perhaps if he had damage, rather than driving round, he's just parked there to get the game to disqualify him. Which is kind of sensible actually, because you know, well, we know there probably won't be a safety car anyway around here, but just makes absolutely sure, doesn't it, that it won't bring out just a safety car for a disqualification. So let's just come down. We do have another little battle here. So this is Glitch, Skullface and Piccoloco battling for P13. These two, well, I don't know why they're ghosting. Why are they ghosting? I'm not quite sure what's going on with Skullface to make him ghost like that, unless he's left a session. I can only assume he has, because that was genuine battles for position. That wasn't Skullface being lapped there. That was genuine for P13 between the three of them. So I think Skullface, I think, may have left us in qualifying, hasn't joined back, which I do recall saying somebody joins back after they left in at the end of Q1 or something. And our race leader is into the pits. Obviously, we've not really seen him since the start of the race because there's been no point in watching him, quite frankly, so far ahead. But he's not the race leader anymore. Stitox was close enough. He has taken the lead of the race. So Irwin comes out then, about almost 5 seconds off Stitox, but Stitox still to pit as Van Beest makes his pit stop now. Is he going to get out? Yeah, Checo's not come in, so is he going? No, Checo's going to go through. It's not so much Checo, it's the guys behind that. So no, Matex is going to go through, isn't he? So Matex goes through, Winter Place goes through. We've just lost Piccoloco. And if I go up to the McLaren, I think this is where lost him. So be careful around here. I don't know if he should be ghosted, I guess. Oh, his car disappeared just before we got there, typically. Why does that always happen? It's annoying. We want to see the crash cars. But Piccoloco out of the race, so we're down to 14. 14 still going. There's still a chance for absolutely anybody to pick up points around here still, as Jan is into the pits and the Growl goes through. He's gonna... Ooh, I think actually this could be quite interesting. We got a little bit of an overcut attempt going on, and having just seen that, wow, advantage the Growl, surely. It's not just the Growl, Tornado as well. Surely they've got to react. They have to react at the end of this lap and pit. Jan had to have his front wing changed. And oh hey, thank you, James. Thank you very much. You've helped me hit my goal. That's what. Oh, you're my 10th subscriber. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, buddy. So, yeah. So watch this there. So Jan is just over 18 seconds off a Tornado. Tornado's getting. I think it actually looks like he's getting put off a little bit here by this Mercedes. What I can only assume is that guy. Guy, come on, get away. You're lapped down, buddy. You're supposed to adhere to blue flags, even if you are ghosted. And into the pits comes Tornado, as did Negrao as well. It's going to be touch and go between Tornado and Jan. But I think Negrao definitely gets out ahead. Tornado is in the box. He's moving. Jan comes through the final corner. It's tight, but I think Jan will go through. He does. And that ahead is Negrao. So it was tight, but they did have to... He had to try it. Did Golden Tornado. He had to try it. Because to allow Jan to get the tyres up to temperature, he's only going to eat into the gap. So now we've got this moment where Negrao needs a full lap, as I said, around here. It's probably actually more than a full lap around here that he needs to get these tyres up to temperature. So there's two things playing in your mind here if you can. One, you know this is your opportunity to get past. If he gets the tyres up to temperature, it's going to be pretty much impossible to get past after that. So this is your opportunity, but at the same time, you've got to bear in mind you've got a car ahead of you who's going to be braking a bit early and stuff, so it's difficult. It's so hard. I think it's really hard. It's hard enough running behind the car on a normal track when they're just out the pits, because their braking points do differ slightly from what they were, or they may brake harder down to a lower gear maybe to sort of subsidise for the difference. But they've driven that lap well, and you would think, I'd say it's a bit more than a lap around here. I would say by the time, as long as Negrao can hold out through this section down to the tunnel, then I think he should be okay then. His tyres should be up to temperature then. Maybe not, I'm not saying necessarily optimum temperature. It wouldn't surprise me for optimum temperature if it takes 3 laps around here, but into a workable temperature. They should be there now. But we'll stick with it because it is our closest battle. Jan, of course, does have a penalty. So, yeah, it was still very important for Tornado to pit when he did, wasn't it? Because he's obviously... he doesn't actually have to get past Jan to actually finish this race ahead of him. He needs to finish within the penalty. Oh, and there's a bit of contact eventually. Jan, that's not good. That's not good, I'm afraid. And I'm glad to see Negrão continuing on and not doing anything silly there. But yeah, I'm afraid that was really, really poor from Jan. Driving way too close to the car ahead. He couldn't react to anything. So Negrão not losing his head here. He could easily lose his head in this situation, but he's let cars past. He's not doing anything silly. Oh no, we've lost Kai. We've lost Kai from the race. It looks like he's retired in the pits, actually. I'm not sure why he's done that, but I've lost Kai into the pits. Just when he's probably about to get into the top 10. So, I can't blame Negrão for not taking that corner. And I wouldn't be... I've got to praise it. I've got to praise Negrão here because... so we will get... Actually, let's go to the front too. As I said, it can be so easy for Negrão to lose his head here. But he's driven the lap where he's obviously coming into the pits sensibly. He's not done anything silly. He's kept his head, kept his cool, driven round to the pits and retired the car. So, I don't believe the things I've seen people do in those sorts of situations. But, yeah, Negrão, I don't know if you listen to the stream, but if you do, buddy, try and refrain, keep that going. Don't refrain from saying stuff in chat, be the bigger man, but just put your ticket in. It was on stream. If you didn't think to clip it or you don't stream your own races, it's on stream. Clear as day, but yeah, it was not good, I'm afraid. Sorry, I can't see these guys, you can't actually see what's going on, but this is why I've come up to them. Erwin is trying to get past and take the lead of the race, and he does it well. Nice racing together. We actually do see, not only, well, an overtake occurred at Monaco, and I didn't miss it. I'm quite proud. I'm actually quite proud of myself. Oh, James, you're awesome, buddy. It's only the first time I actually ever streamed Monaco, there was 2 overtakes in the whole race, and I missed both of them. It just makes me laugh about that. But yeah. Anyway, as we lose another. Oh, yeah, we've lost another one. Winter Place is out in sector 3. Still no safety. There definitely won't be a safety car. There's nobody anywhere near him. We're not going to get to see the car. In fact, the car has just been recovered by the marshals. But so we'll go back to full racing. We don't expect a safety car around here in a way, but on a very, very odd occasion it does happen. But I think you'll find you need like a 6-car pile-up for it to occur, to be honest with you, and even then, it ain't likely. So Stitzox, after he has his bit of fun with Erwin, trying to hold him off, Stitzox does come into the pits. Well, firmly ahead of Jan. He's got no issues about keeping hold of P2. He might have a little game with himself with trying to see how much into the 20.5 seconds he can eat up, maybe. But Erwin marching to victory. Incredible pace, obviously. I think we can all agree with that. There's no doubt about it. These new drivers are exceptionally quick. So, a nice little battle going on here, look, between Matex and Maxwell Van Beest. There's no doubt, of course, Matex he's going a long way on these tyres to try and get to the end and take the best result he can. There's no doubt at all that as we get to, well, we're only coming up to the 2/3 distance, so there's no doubt at all that he is gonna struggle as we get towards the end, and I'm never gonna make start time. Right, so that's a good, decent little battle. So I guess Maxwell, ultimately, if you look at it in this sense, they're 15 seconds off the car ahead, which is Golden Tornado. So these guys are battling for P5. They're not battling for any higher than that. So you call it a bit of a game of chess, really. But, at 1:11.8 from Stitops for fastest lap so far in this race on the medium tyres. There are plenty of people out there that can't get into the 1:11s in qualifying, and I'm not just talking about this lap. I mean, there's loads of people out there. You know, 1:11 in the 1:11s on time trial leaderboard. I'm guessing would actually have it pretty high in terms of percentage. When I say pretty high, I'm not talking about the top 1%, but I'm a 1:11 around Monaco probably has you in the top 20%, I'd imagine. If it's not, I doubt it's that far off either. That guy and Glitch both into the pits on the same lap. I'm not sure that would have been meant. It's head into the so here we go. So I'm just liaising a little bit with HRF1. I stream after this, just asking if they can just push back their start time a little bit for me. We've got a quarter an hour. Yeah, so well, that's for 10 minutes. If they can do that, then that's absolutely fine. So 5 minutes might do it, to be honest. It's a bit difficult to know. It's only Monaco, so what are we looking at? Just over 110 a lap. It's just about to be 11 laps remaining. There you go, 11 laps remaining. So a few more penalties coming up. We will look at the penalties, guys, I promise. It's just we try I do try and hold on until as late as possible, guys, because it kind of ruins the battles a little bit if you know somebody's got a 12-second penalty and the other guy's got a 3-second, then actually the battle becomes completely pointless. So I'd rather watch this battle actually genuinely thinking it's for a position rather than being pointless. So but we will look. I usually choose about 3 laps from the end to take a look. So see on just on that little bit of road there, you sometimes see the cars come out, sort of just well, from their point of view, sort of just to the right hand side. And that is because there's a horrible little bump in the road on the left hand side, which can completely throw your traction sometimes. And I don't particularly bother to move. I used to in older versions of the game, but I don't this season. And I haven't done for a few years now, but some do. Anybody else notice that little sparkler thing going off on the edge of that wall? It's been going off all race. It's the longest sparkler in the history of the world. This Maxwell. It's got to be irritating, hasn't it? He's just, there's nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing. He's trying. And he's followed through the last couple of corners as close as he could get there without actually touching. But still, you go into the DRS zone, the car ahead of you gets away a little bit, as you always do, because they accelerate first. And it does appear to me that this is the place where he's the closest. And I'd say earlier on, it is one of the better overtaking opportunities, but you've got to somehow be able to get alongside. You can't just dive down the inside from miles back. You need to be alongside. You know, so that you can make a legitimate move. As Skullface AI is pitting off for 23 lap mediums. Gotta love it, haven't you? Somebody will ask, how come the AI can make their tires last so long? It's because they're driving half the pace of everybody else. Probably could have got those mediums throughout to do the whole race for him at that pace. So Maxwell, well, he's doing his absolute best, and whoa, hello, what's going on here then? Irwin's not satisfied with just winning this Monaco Grand Prix. He wants to take the fastest lap as well, so he's going on to softs. He knows that Stitox has got a penalty in a way. Stitox will go through. He will take the lead of this race. There's Irwin out of the pits and on his way up the road. So Irwin knows he'll still win this race due to the penalty, regardless of whether he gets passed on track or not. But he's gonna see if he can. He's gonna see if he can take the fastest lap. If he's gonna go for fastest lap, he may actually want to let this gap grow slightly. 2 seconds is pretty tight. It's pretty close when you consider how fast he's likely to do a fastest lap on soft tyres. I'm just going to quickly change my controller batteries, guys, because they just come up telling me they're low and they don't last long after it comes up with that. So, there we are then. He's already in the second lap. So I said, if he's going to go for fastest lap, he probably needed to allow the gap to grow a bit. Can I just point out, if he does a 108 now, it doesn't count for the shoey. If he does a 108 now, I'll eat my foot off. Go to the inside. He's going to go for the move. Stitox may not feel too interested in. Oh, barges his way through, but you couldn't have blamed Stitox if he didn't really fancy allowing that room for Irwin, because let's be honest, he's been a bit cheeky, and he's been a cheeky lad, so he couldn't really very well have blamed Stitox if he closed the door a bit there. Tell you what, some drivers would have probably brake checked him in the middle of the tunnel. It's good for being so cheeky, but thank goodness that didn't happen. But you know, there's some out there that would, wouldn't you? It's, anyway, how's everybody else doing? Matex and Van Beast still battling away. Matex's tyres, don't know if I'd describe them as screaming at him right now. They haven't done that many more laps than what they would in a way on the actual strategy. They've only, what are you around here? I think it's 21 and 18 around it. No, it's probably not that. I can't remember exactly. It's probably pretty similar to what they're supposed to do anyway, 23 laps. So it's these are the laps then, really, aren't they? The last 6 are the laps where the tyres are going to be feeling it. And Stitox is pitting. He's got the gap, I believe he's got the gap to Jan. Should be fine. So, go. Oh, he has gone. It's just a little bit of lag. And Jan just coming out there. Yeah, no, he is definitely going to get out ahead. I think it's about 19 seconds, roughly, a pit stop around here. 18, 19 seconds. So, he's gone on to softs, and I assume he's going to try and have a little battle with Irwin for fastest lap. But we'll come back to these two guys. These are league regulars. Irwin and Stitox have joined the league, by the way, I believe. Well, Irwin definitely has, and I think Stitox has. So, maybe we'll see them on a regular basis, but I'm not. It's early days for those guys yet. But these two are regulars driving every week now. So, well, Matex has been for a long time, but Maxwell still reasonably new to the league. But since he joined, he's been here every race. So, and it's a good racer in my opinion, Maxwell. Well, we've watched these two for many laps now, and I think they may have had a little tiniest bit of contact at one point, but it wasn't anything to sort of write home about or anything. But that shows the ability to drive together, doesn't it? So for me, you know, done really well. Maxwell's not tried anything silly. I think he thought about it for a moment earlier on, but they do have the Ferrari of Irwin coming up onto the back of them now, so he's going to go well, he's just driven through both of them like they're not even, well, I was going to say like they're not even there, but I suppose in a way if they're ghosted they're not. And off you go. It's got to be a trick. I'm struggling to see the front wing on Matex's car. I'm sure it is there. I'm just struggling to see it a touch. Go on to Matex. Probably get a better... Yeah, it's there. Has he lost the right end plate on it, though? I think he might have done, you know. Well, he definitely has. Okay, yeah. So, well, Matex's tyres aren't only 8 laps older. No wonder Maxwell was completely over the back of him, because not only are his tyres 8 laps older, he's lost an end plate. You can see Maxwell knows that's a great opportunity going into there. Matex doesn't make the corner. So let's get the penalties up then, 3 laps from the end. So we are, well, that's why I don't like to look at them too early, you see. I was right. So Stitox has got 6 seconds, Jan's got 3, Golden Tornado's got 3, Matex has got 3, whereas Maxwell has got 9. And as I say, that's the exact reason for not to look at the penalties if can. It's not coming up on my timing screen, but I think Irwin just pitted again. There's no free stops. Well, that's a lesson to Stitox, isn't it? If you're going to do go pit for the fastest lap, do it on the right lap. Sorry, just look at the rest. Van Beest, sorry, 9 seconds. He has gotten ahead of Matex now, by the way. Oh no, Checo, you're joking. No way. We've lost Checo so late in the race. Oh, it's that blooming bump in the road that I mentioned coming out of that corner. It's done it as well. Goodness me. Oh, Checo, I feel so sorry for you, man. Oh, that has got to be a gutter. That has got to be gut-wrenching. So sorry for you, Checo. That's happened. Well, hopefully you'll be classified. I don't know if they do that in this league, but hopefully you'll be classified as P10 because Skullface isn't there. Just ignore the fact that he's there. So hopefully you'll get something for this race. But there you have it. And driving around with no front wing on the car. Does get out of the way. And Golden Tornado goes through. And Tornado, of course, would have got the place in away there. So I think Jan likely to be in trouble from the stewards in this race in a way. So the retirement of McGraw. So yellow flag. Not entirely sure what that's for. But let's go to Irwin in a way as he finishes off what has been a good Monaco Grand Prix. Oh no. Yeah, almost done up here. I'm going to be quick as well with the wrap up, so I'll be as quick as I can. I mean, ultimately, mate, if you guys want to crack on, I'll just get in as quick as I can and turn it on and quick, you know. So it doesn't really matter. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Irwin wins the Monarchies Grand Prix. Did I just say the Monarchies? The Monaco Grand Prix, Monaco Grand Prix. What am I talking about? Stitox P2, Golden Tornado P3, Jan in P4, Matex 5, Ghost Rider 6, Maxwell Van Beest in 7, that guy in P8, Glitch 9, and Checo, I think, will be classified as P10. Skullface was in AI from the start all the way through the race, so not sure what the point of him turning up was, quite frankly. Everybody else, unfortunately, we lost at some point, but in terms of an actual race, it wasn't a bad race at all. We did actually get one overtake, which is always exciting. We get one? No, we got two, didn't we? We got two overtakes, actually. And I got both of them, so yeah, it was quite fun. Anyway, I can't hang about like this. Right, anyway, congratulations to those guys that finished, all picking up points. And as I say, hopefully Checo will get classified for that final point as well. Thanks very much, guys. I'll quickly just run through the incidents just in case they're wanted by stewards. And there we go. That's it. Right, guys, thank you to everybody who's watched live. Thank you to everybody that watches back at a later point. As always, guys, I really appreciate it, as you know, as does the league. We'll be back same time next week at 6 o'clock, hopefully for a slightly quicker race. I'm heading straight into another race now with HRF1. As you can see from Whoopi in the stream there, we do have a full grid for that one as well, so please come and join us if you fancy it. I'll just be offline for a couple of minutes or so, so please come and join us immediately after that, and we'll get on with that. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Good night. God bless. Have a nice week.